Just when you think you've solved it, you're dead wrong.
They were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
We need to practice doing
putting this on us.
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning, this show contains graphic depictions, tasteless banter, and real-life accounts of the most nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
Stop being such a vagina. Hey.
What's happening, big dog?
Man, you know.
I feel so much more comfortable now than I did 2 episodes ago, because 2 episodes ago I didn't have like 8 beers and 5 shots in me.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling nice and comfy.
I
am feeling just as casual as a cat would be.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then we can proceed,
Let's
young
do it.
Todd.
Let's do it, bro. Let's
What do we,
proceed hard.
I don't know where to start. What are we getting into today, bro?
What the fuck is there not to get into? I mean, good lord. I mean, take a look at the screen. They got dudes rapping.
Yeah. All right, I'll present you with a question. How's that?
Oh, well, let's go. You got questions? I got answers.
This is a heavy question. Don't get so anxious.
Trust me.
I'm serious, bro. All right, check it out.
I'm not scared.
All right. All right, check it out. There is, quote unquote, a right to life agenda, right?
Correct.
Okay. Why not have a right to death agenda?
They did. Remember Dr. Kevorkian?
Yeah, he was persecuted for it. Like, why not breathe life back into that? No pun intended.
Because society is pussy.
Because they're vaginas?
Yep.
They all need to listen to our intro music, because at the very end we tell them stop
Not
being
to be
such
vaginas.
a vagina.
Yeah, 100%. That's the reason why you can't kill your loved ones, is because society can't fucking wrap their heads around that.
Well, that's garbage.
And really, it's the Catholics.
Really?
I don't know that for a fact, but I'm sure they're like, oh my God, you can't kill the Lord's creatures.
They're starting to bend a little bit, because
They need to just bend the fuck over and take dicks in their asses, because they're all fucking stupid.
Yeah, from Altar Boys. Wouldn't that be ironic?
Yeah.
Why didn't Manson do that on stage? That would have been great.
That would be ironic. So they get fucked by children.
Yeah.
That's the... Oh, God. You can't do that, though. Like, you can't have kids fuck adults.
No, I guess not. Either way, it's like molestation. Would it be reverse molestation?
You would think so, but then, like, they would trick us into saying, like, oh, my God, no, the kids.
Okay, well then, why not a man-child? Like, go...
No, it's like, so when you
go find immature adults.
When you... Look, I mean, like, you can't win when it comes to kids. Like, you can't do anything. Like...
They're untouchable.
Kids are only allowed to
like
be...
Elliot Ness.
Are only allowed to be clay and, like, fucking... So you can't give a kid power, because then you're corrupting the kid. Mm-hmm. You can't give the kid pleasure, like, undue pleasure, because then you're... Like, it's all... It's like, that's too much. He's a child. He can't handle these things.
That's why kids are so happy all the time, because they know. They're like, you know what? You can't touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember the period in your life when
Careful how you spank me.
When you really, like, I remember a period in my life where I really did feel invincible. Like, I didn't realize, like, fully mentally, but, like, my actions dictated that I was pretty fucking invincible. Like, I wasn't afraid of getting arrested for most of the shit.
It got worse as I got older, though.
Oh, of course. Well, then now we know now in this day and age that, like, we take a left turn in the wrong direction and we're getting arrested.
Yeah,
like,
you're an adult
easy
now, so if you spit on the sidewalk, you're going to jail for like 20 years.
Yeah, but there was like a long moment in my, you know, like late teens, early 20s when I could be running around with fucking felonies in my pocket and think that everything was hunky-dory.
Yeah, just juggling court dates and, you know, bench warrants.
No worries. Police chasing me. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm wanted right now. I got an open bench warrant. I think I'm gonna catch a ride with my partner and go bring like 2 zones back to my house.
Can't wait for spring break
to bag up and bring to spring break and sell. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's brilliant. That's genius. Yeah, that's I guess ignorance is bliss, bro. That's what
the definition of ignorance is bliss.
That's what that terminology means. That's what that saying means.
Yeah,
the more ignorant you are, the more you're ignoring things, the happier you are. That's what it means.
Yeah. That actually could be if you are able to craft your life, I guess thoughtfully enough, then you can make that a mantra.
Well, I mean, you can choose to ignore societies and their laws and norms, but you're gonna get caught up, bro. Like you're gonna get cuffed up.
Right, but if some people can you can find a line, I believe. Like there's a lot of people that smoke weed, bro. It's a federal crime. It's not legal according to the United States of America, bro.
Yeah, but look at what that ignorance is bringing. Like, ignorance to that law is bringing about changes in the current law.
Well, I mean, certainly that's how change happens. But what I'm saying is that, like, I mean, when you break it down into the letter of the law, every person that's whether you're in a legal state or not, federally it's not legal. So
yeah. I knew a chick that got into a fender bender. You might know who I'm talking about, but anyway. I knew a chick that got into a fender bender.
I don't know no chicks that that got hit from the back.
And, very good point, sir. She got into a fender bender. I think she rear-ended somebody, little bump on the bumper type shit, but the cops got called just in case for insurance reasons, whatever. They found a roach in her ashtray. Mm-hmm. She had to go to drug court.
Yep.
She had to pay like exorbitant fees and fines. This is a single mother we're talking about.
Probably like $15K.
Yeah, unbelievable amounts of money to the man.
Yep.
Because she had a roach in her ashtray. She had to go to like counseling and shit.
Right, because at the time, there has to be liability. Somebody has to be liable for the accident, and if they find dope in your car and or your system, you're automatically liable. Because
they're like, oh well, let's just hang it on that instead of finding out what the real cause was.
Right. You want to hear something awesome, dude? You want to hear something really totally cool and totally 100% true?
I, like a month ago, invited you to come over here to record just so I could hear something awesome.
Okay, well, here I am.
Okay.
And here it goes.
Okay.
So, if you, yourself, Dave, Ralph, Frederick...
Machio. Ralph Machio.
Machio is parked in his truck on Iberville. Just parked there, minding his own business.
Yes, sir.
Keys in his pocket.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle not running.
Okay.
And some drunken maniac comes flying down Iberville and
runs into me.
Just slams you, sideswipes, slams you, gets jackknifed, and like does like basically ends up flipping and landing on the roof of the car.
Yes.
And that passenger of that vehicle ends up deceased because he was drunk and fucking driving drunk and fucking horrible.
Right.
Well, they're gonna drug test you and alcohol test you, and if you were drunk and he wasn't, well, then you're going to jail, bro. I'm
calling baloney because the keys were not in the ignition.
You're going to jail, bro.
No, I think you're wrong because the keys are not in the keys are not in the ignition.
Maybe you had me on that. Maybe you had me on that. Maybe, right? I'm not a lawyer, but I know for a fact that if you're behind the wheel and the keys are in the ignition and you are not, your foot's not on the accelerator, and that same scenario happens, then yeah, you're getting clanked up.
I just want to point out to the Reloaded 504ians that as soon as I introduced that part about the key not being in the ignition, Todd's eyebrows raised. And he pointed a finger up towards my ceiling, and then he was like, maybe something else is happening. Just saying.
What might that be?
It might be that you're full of shit because the key wasn't in the ignition. Just saying.
All I'm trying to say, Dave, is that if you're in a car and you've been drinking and somebody hits you and they die,
I can believe it, bro. They're going to find a way to fuck with you.
then you're going to be held responsible.
Yeah. It's all about liability, bro. I know it doesn't relate, but, and I know I brought it up more than once in more than one episode because I was pissed off about it. But
God damn it, Dave.
we had that,
Can't let your emotions get the best of you.
we had that copyright beef with Universal Music Group, right? Mm-hmm. Right after that hit, the senior VP of Universal Music Group died. I don't know if you knew that.
Dave, I had nothing to do with that.
Well, I was going to say now, I'm not making light of the man's death, but are you fucking with voodoo or something, Todd?
No, man. I mean, look, the gloves were buried in the backyard.
I think Marie Laveau is a listener or something, maybe.
Voodoo schmoodoo. I'm talking about bats and fucking
He wasn't old
pipes.
either, bro. He was a young cat. He just fucking up and died.
I mean, what was it, like cardiovascular?
They didn't say.
Or
They
was
didn't
it blunt force
specify.
trauma? I don't know.
All I'm saying is we published an episode. All right, just to recap right quick for the Reloaded 504ians, anybody that didn't catch that episode, we were talking about YBT, Young Black Teens. It was a hip-hop group from the 90s, and when I brought it up...
explain what YBT is. Everybody knows YBT. Oh my God, they were the rage.
Whatever, man. When I brought it up, Todd didn't know what I was talking about, so I played a little clip and then posted the episode to YouTube, and they hit us with a copyright violation. And come to find out, after further investigation on my part, Universal Music Group is partnered with YouTube right now, and they're using software to crawl YouTube's site to search for their music, essentially.
God, this
right?
sounds like salaciousness.
But, well,
Salacity.
check it out. We played a clip, true enough, but we used that clip to be able to critique their work, and that is... under the Fair Use Act, that is fair use. And they still hit us with a copyright violation. Now, you might say, what does that mean? What does that mean for us? Well, I'll tell you what it means for us. It means that any money that we make off of that video, they steal.
And we're talking millions.
Yeah.
We're super rich because of this.
Yeah, I drive, Lamborghinis into Lamborghinis just to crack
I have
up
a
Lamborghinis.
Lamborghini dog named Lamborghini, and every time the dog has puppies, we name the dog Lamborghini.
Yeah, my toilet is sponsored by Ferrari, so...
I once pooed and then named the poo Porsche.
Yeah, and then they sculpted
They
a
modeled
car.
the 911 Carrera after my poo
Yeah.
in the 80s.
That's really a 911 Todd.
That's yeah.
So, anyway, so
it's fast.
I'm not exactly sad that the guy died. Maybe he doesn't know who we are, but I think their company was headed in the wrong direction under his rule before he died, and maybe that's a little bit of karma. Just saying. I don't know. Just saying.
I don't believe in karma, Dave.
All I'm saying is I don't appreciate what they approached us with, and yeah, the emails went back and forth. They just weren't seeing things our way.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on this. I was putting like a general statement out there, like
For sure.
like, and it's something that I've kind of been battling with because it's super like
Inconsiderate.
well, no, but like if you're not religious, then you believe in karma, right? Like, what else is there?
Yeah, I suppose.
So, but I'm like, fuck that. No, like I'm not religious, and I don't believe in karma either. Like
You don't believe that what people have come into them is partially as a result of the way they live their life?
Oh, dude, I'm a firm believer in responsibility for one's actions.
Hey, no, not responsibility for one's actions, but like if I run around with a knife in my pocket all the time,
Yeah.
and sometimes I whip it out, then inevitably I'm going to die a violent death because I'm always instigating violent situations. That's all karma is. That's how it operates. I mean, people can talk about it like a mystical force or some shit. I don't believe that shit. I'm just saying, look here, man. If that's the way you live your life, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. That type of shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's your interpretation of karma, which I'm not disagreeing with, right? I think that's a good way to see it. Karma is what goes around comes around, right? So karma is you get what you
basically you deserve.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's not a mystical force in my eyes. I'm saying it's just
if you put yourself into this box, then
the law of
deal
statistics.
with what's inside that box.
Exactly. So you can agree with that.
So, sure.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I don't agree. So that's why I'm leaning against karma. Because for the longest time, I was like blindly thinking karma was okay. Like, yeah, karma. But then I started to realize that, like, I did some really fucked up shit and it catch up to me.
I think everybody does that.
And then, like, I've seen people.
If you make it a way of life and do it against other people,
no,
it's going to come to you.
It's not about, like, point keeping, right? But it's just that you can see that should have been karmically corrected and it wasn't.
All right, bro. Maybe there's a gray area. Because we all know, like, teens live reckless lives and all that shit, you know. Victimize other people.
For whatever it is, I'm just saying. So with that being taken into consideration in my mind, I'm like, look, okay, so there's religion, and then you have all these people that say that God chooses God is the wise, and so
omnipotent is the term you're searching for.
Thank you. And like, so I don't know where I'm going here, but whatever, I feel like this is important. So, but at the same time, like when an innocent child dies, they say, oh, well, it was God's way, God's calling,
God's will,
right?
Definitely wasn't karma,
right? Not. And okay, so then let's try to categorize that same situation into a karmic or into a non-Catholic or a non-religious.
Yeah, but it's the opposite of karma.
And then so what happens? So that happens to the child, and then what does somebody who believes in karma think? What do they think?
They think that
there's something wrong with the universe. Like, this was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, they're like, that wasn't karma.
So, but then what was it?
Not karma.
Right, but then there has to be, like, so you can't be, oh, I believe in karma, bro. Like, what goes around comes around. But what happens when the unkarmic happens?
That's the same thing as saying that God's will or some shit.
So you just you chalk it up to an anomaly?
Yeah, anomaly. Like a busload of nuns like catches on fire and everybody dies. What are you supposed to say?
But that's when I call bullshit. Like, if you claim to be omnipotent,
well, fuck, there's no one universal.
Then you answer every fucking question that I have, because that's what omnipotence is.
But there's no universal occurrence. If there was, then everybody would be like, holy shit, that's the God.
Well, then take omnipotence out of the fucking dictionary.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because it's a fantasy, it's not a real thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a fantasy. I guarantee you. Okay, I don't even know how to set this up, but I'm gonna throw it at you, see what sticks, okay? I have this concept.
I love it.
All right? You've seen these insulin packs that they stick on people's arms in commercials? All right, it's like some sort of plastic pod. It's got adhesive. They stick it on the side of the person's arm or wherever, the leg, wherever, and it delivers insulin over the long term to people who need it. Okay?
So it bleeds through?
Yeah, it bleeds through insulin to people that are diabetic.
That's awesome.
Right? Yeah, it is. Well,
so no more shots?
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Yeah, and now they even have ones that give them their blood sugar readings without having to like poke themselves.
It's awesome.
Every time. Yeah, it is awesome. So check it out. I want to use the same premise, but I want to develop the same thing, but I want to fill it with heroin. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just ride with me for a second.
I'm calm.
It would be placed.
I feel like I'm on heroin right now.
It would be placed on a person where everyone can see it, and it would deliver pharmaceutical-grade heroin at dosages predetermined by a physician, a.k.a. a drug dealer, a.k.a. me.
Okay.
So I'm selling these pods, right? But the thing is, not only does it stop people from having to do devious shit to get their heroin, it also lets you know from a block away,
A scarlet letter.
here comes a heroin addict.
Yeah. Scarlet letter.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no doubt. I've long wanted to employ this scarlet letter idea for people who are first time or for virgins. Like I think that it would be important for society to know if you just got fucked for the first time.
Really?
Yes.
How would that be beneficial to society?
Because you just go and like either like console or congratulate that person.
You walk up and you'd be like,
Sorry about it.
I saw your S. Was it bad?
Yeah, like you'd see a dude and he's walking with his chest out and he's got the scarlet letter and you'd be like, high five, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So you'd high five dudes and you'd console chicks.
no, if chick was walking around with the scarlet letter and she was like fucking smile ear to ear, I'd be like, that's that O. What up, bitch?
You ever pop the chick's cherry?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And all of those experiences to those people were favorable ones?
I mean, I don't know because I wasn't the one getting my hymen exploded.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know if there's a meter to gauge that, but I'm just saying, if you were a chick that just lost your virginity and it sucked, you wouldn't want that letter on you. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, true, right? Like, I mean, I don't know, like, so, right, and most people's first sexual experiences, whether you're male or female, at least from what I've heard, I can only speak for myself, but from what I've heard, is like mostly negative, right? Like, ooh, it was awkward, or it was this, that, and the other. I don't know. Me personally, it was fine. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
Wasn't like ideal. But
Let me tell you this. I actually lost the girl that I lost my virginity to. I ended up losing her as a girlfriend because she claimed that all I wanted was sex. But she didn't know that I lost my virginity to her. So obviously, like, as soon as you lose your virginity, you're like, holy shit, vagina, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like,
I want a
just
sandwich
fuck
every day.
all the time.
Why would I not fucking slide my cock into
I
the
know.
fucking...
So, and it wasn't as if I could justify myself by saying, hey, you were my first, so I'm really enthused about your body part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
you have this pride to maintain, like, oh, I've been here and I've done this and I'm good at it.
couldn't let her know.
Right,
but at the same time, I had to take the L because I was like, all right, I can't tell her, you know.
That's part of coming up, bro.
I know, it's fucked up, bro.
That's
Let's do a shot, big dog.
What?
Yeah, you're.
Who's going to grab them?
Oh, they're right here.
Oh my god.
I know, I come prepared. I'm like a fucking Boy
This
Scout.
dude went to Boy Scout school before he got ass fucked.
Reloaded 504ians, y'all are sitting in with us tonight, and we thank you. And so I feel obligated to tell you what we're shooting. This is, what is this? This is cherry limeade Jello from Sonic, or it's made by Sonic. It's not from the drive-thru. It's in the grocery stores now. But we poured alcohol into it when we made it, so now it's cherry limeade Sonic Jello shots. The only problem is, Todd, we don't know who we have to toast to that died recently.
I mean,
We always stumble upon this. We always toast to somebody that died recently. We have to.
Well, of course, man. I don't know. Have we caught up with Nipsey? I think we have, huh?
No, very good.
No?
Very good. No, we didn't toast to Nipsey.
Oh, well, then Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. All right, ching ching. You won't hear the glasses clink because this is
The
plastic,
clank
but yeah.
of the plastic. Rest in peace. No.
I saw Nipsey Hussle handle some reporters one time that like ran up on him while he was just parking and trying to walk into a store, and he saw them park, so he knew which vehicle they arrived in.
Yeah.
So while they got cameras in his face and they're fucking with him, he's telling them, y'all need to ease back, just take it easy. He spoke like Snoop Dogg, which I guess makes sense because both of them was rolling 60s, right? Anyway, he dips inside one of those cars and grabs one of the reporters' cell phones while they're filming him with their cameras in his face and all of this shit, and starts filming him.
Yeah.
And the best they could come up with was, oh, that's theft. That's theft. I could call the police. That's theft. He's like, he handled it like a boss, bro. And not like a boss like chest poked out bullshit. Like a boss like soft spoken. Like, look how it feels. You getting violated right now instead of me.
Yeah.
And I told you just kindly back off. I'm just trying to go to the store.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gangster. Not to use the name just because of who he was, but in general, bro, that was some shit that I could appreciate.
Yeah, that's a great illustration of how to humbly handle.
He did too. It was humble. He wasn't like, I'm Nipsey Hussle. He was like, no, look what you're doing to me.
Yeah. That's the way it should be done, bro.
So we took a shot, bro. Do you know what time it is?
Scow. Yep, spin it.
The wheel of shit.
I always have to recap, just in case they tuning in for the first time. We're going to make y'all Reloaded 504ians. But check it out. Every time we take a shot on the show, which we do repeatedly.
A lot.
It's called Reloaded 504 for a reason. Every time we take a shot, we have to face the wheel of shit. This is something that we have subjected ourselves to for your benefit.
Oh my god, and it sucks.
And yeah, I didn't realize what I was doing when I made it. I constructed the wheel of shit. It is finally constructed out of a cigar box with a 9-volt taped underneath and a wheel on the top. And the wheel on the top contains subjects like friends, family, job, drugs, police, all these things.
Little did we know the post-traumatic trauma it would bring up.
Yep, we got PTSD, sons. All those things come into play, all right? We Rochambeau, after we take a shot, rock, paper, scissors. We figure out who loses. The loser has to face the wheel of shit, and it's called the wheel of shit because whatever it lands on, you have to talk about when that subject went to shit.
And it's just embarrassing.
And like Todd pointed out, I'm glad you did, we're putting ourselves on the spot for your benefit, so I hope y'all appreciate these things.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, bro?
I mean...
Look at me in my eyes, motherfucker.
Always.
All right, like Coca-Cola. Ready?
Boom.
Roll.
Wait. Okay.
Reset.
Just count it down. I'll do it blind.
Rochambeau. Tie. Ain't that uncanny? We tied last time.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah.
Rochambeau. Motherfucker.
Strength.
Alright, just to let y'all know what's going on, Dave lost. That's me, I lost. I'm gonna flip it on.
So just to kind of keep the narrative going, not only did
shut
Dave
the fuck
lose,
up, bro.
he
Just shut the
always
fuck up.
loses.
No, I don't always lose.
And then
Todd
most
went on a winning streak, and then I told him stop looking elsewhere and look at my fucking eyes, and his winning streak,
has continued.
I don't know, it disappeared.
Yeah, well. Oh, look at that thing.
Did you
have
see
a
that
button
shit?
underneath the table.
All right, man. It flexed for a minute. It landed on job.
It went from drugs to job. So you call it, bro. I'm not even gonna be mad. I feel bad like having you spill all these beans. I feel like you're
All right, man. Take it easy.
This is an intervention.
You're not feeling bad for me. You're basking in your glory
Oh,
over
I'm loving
there.
it, but I'm just juicing up the
You
audience
take it
so they know
fucking
that you're about to
easy, bro.
spill mad beans.
I'll give you a better one than job. This was I got a DUI one time.
It's the
all
same
right?
story. Jesus Christ.
I got a DUI one time, and
There was this one time. Wait.
part of my DUI, I had to go to drug court because it's one and the same to the law. I don't even know. And then part of
Drugs and alcohol?
yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go to drug court for
It's
a
all
DUI.
substance abuse.
Yeah, and
Until they fucking get off of work and start abusing substances.
Yeah, well, they don't make the news. That's for damn sure. But
They
check it out. So they tell me I have to do community service. All right. So I sign up for the community service. It's at Second Harvesters Food Bank, which at the time was on Jefferson Highway. I think that's called Old Jefferson. It's right near River Ridge and Harahan.
Around that snake turn.
Yeah.
It'd be slithering.
And so I had been doing it for a minute, and I was like, I could see the good that I'm doing with this. What it had to do with me getting pulled over for DUI, I have no idea. But I was doing it, and one night I'm out with friends, and I'm having a fucking great time, and I know the next morning I have to report to Second Harvesters Food Bank at like fucking 6 a.m, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm having such a great time, I'm like, I just don't want to go home. So I'm going to stay out drinking, shooting pool, having fun with my friends.
Yep.
And
You made an executive decision that night.
yes, I used my overriding authority, and that's what I decided
Put
to
the
do.
kibosh
Yeah.
on the responsibility tip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not exactly, not entirely, because I was like, you know what, I'll just stay out all night until 6 o'clock in the morning and then report
Maybe.
directly to Second Harvesters Food Bank, because after all we're doing is putting cans in bins and shit like that, right?
Right.
So that's...
I always fall into that same flaw.
I know.
I'm like, I don't need to use my brain.
I don't need
I just
sleep.
need my body.
I don't need sleep.
My body will be fine.
Yeah, I could sleep later. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Until
right?
your brain is like, no, you stupid fucking body.
Yeah.
You need sleep.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I even get to Second Harvesters Food Bank early.
Ooh.
I get there like 5:30 when they open at 6. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I take care of this because I'm being, I know,
Super
slightly
responsible.
irresponsible. So I'm gonna make sure I get there early.
Yeah.
So, and at the time I was driving a little Ford Ranger pickup.
That's when you know you were raised right, when you know you're fucking up, but you're still thinking about doing the right thing.
Exactly. See, I thought so. I'm glad you see my point of view, bro.
Hey, bro.
Thanks, young Todd.
Hey, bro.
All right, man. So that's what I did. I got there at 5:30. They opened at 6. I sat in the parking lot. I pulled down a tailgate and sat on the back tailgate waiting for them to open up. Like 9 o'clock or something.
That's when they said they were going to open? Guess what?
6
They
o'clock. No, check it out.
didn't.
9
then-
o'clock rolls around.
When 9:02 hit, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
I got somebody tapping on me like, wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm passed out in the back of my pickup truck.
Oh.
Have been there for like 3 hours after they opened.
3 minutes.
And there's somebody like tapping on my chest. He's like, hey, bro, wake up. You smell like liquor. You need to go home right now. And I'm like, son of a
You're in the
bitch.
back, you're in the bed of your truck?
Yeah, I was sitting on the tailgate waiting for them to open. I got there a half an hour early.
And then you decided
I
to nap.
fell asleep waiting for them to open.
You pulled a Fat Joe and you leaned back.
Yeah, I leaned way back. 3 hours later, I'm like sun roasted, smelling like the bar room I came from.
Tequila.
And homeboy's like, yeah, you're not going to do too well to us today. You're not going to do anything for us, so go home.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And then all the way home, I'm like, you motherfuckers, I got here
Ain't that some
earlier.
shit?
On one hand, I was like, you motherfuckers, I got here early. And on the other hand, I was like, Jesus, I hope they don't, like, fuck with my probation. Yeah, suck
Like-
the ass, bro.
Right. So there's the dude, I can so relate to that. There's the moment of like, what did I do? And why don't they realize how brilliant I am?
Yeah. Well, he didn't appreciate the fact I got there early because he didn't discover me until hours later.
Right.
I
So
was sunbaked, bro. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Would
you're
you
like,
please
oh, I feel
fucking-
like I've been on a fucking river all day.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a time when job went to shit, basically. It was my job at that time to show up there.
That's a good one, bro. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
That's cool. I have some really good job ones, so I'm like, I have the best job stories.
Go ahead.
Well, no, fuck that. I have to lose the Rochambeau.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
All
like
right,
I have a backlog that's ridiculous.
On that note, I have a bone to pick with your storytelling abilities.
Please do, because I am the worst. I am the self-admitted worst storyteller ever.
I'm glad you're comfortable with this because this is basically my storytelling intervention.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm the worst.
You start with the birth of baby Jesus and end with the apocalypse. Like, I want to help you, buddy. Would you be opposed to wearing a shock collar during the show
Yes.
just for...
No, that'd be fine.
You're cool with that?
Dude, I know that I'm the worst storyteller.
Okay, well,
Like,
I'll tell
Dave,
you what.
Dave, we
let's
can just end your rant right now. I know for a fact that I am... Like, I have literally read books on how to become a better storyteller.
It's not working.
And they didn't help.
You didn't retain anything.
I don't retain anything that, like, doesn't matter.
I'll tell you what. In lieu of the shock collar, let's just start with a few... I'll give you a few tips.
Please.
Okay. Number one, before you speak, take a quick mental inventory of the main points. All right? And then just cover those points. Like,
dude, I do it every time. And
let's say, like, your story started on the 6th of December. Don't start with January 1st.
No, what often happens is I will start with May and then go back to January and then skip to fucking November.
That's like Tarantino. Maybe it works in movies, but it doesn't work in podcasts.
Well, and especially if you're not good at doing that.
Yeah. All right. Well, number two is say one thing about each main point, right? Not two or three or
Dude,
four.
I'm way
or
too
seven.
scatterbrained. I can't. Like, dude, my
You
thoughts
need
are
bullet points. I'm
fucking all
telling you, you
over
need a
the place,
list.
bro. Like, I start thinking about one thing, and it's like, so I'm thinking about Dave's face. It's funny looking. It's strange looking. It's odd looking.
All right.
So
I
I
feel
can't
like
focus
this is
on
a personal attack. I just want to include that into this podcast. That's
just-
not. That wasn't fair.
I'm just trying to. No, Dave, you're an extremely
You
attractive
welcomed-
married man.
Yeah, but you welcomed this exchange and then you attacked my face personally.
Well,
Number three,
Jeez.
finish strong with the main point.
It's hard when I can't remember it.
Well, you need to stop taking the pot so much. Number three, you need to finish strong with the main point. You have to include the main point.
Well, I agree. As I have agreed with all of your points, but man, the problem is that oftentimes when I'm like, if you get me into a story that's gonna last longer than a minute or two, that means that I'm probably gonna go off into at least like one fucking.
You get lost in tangents.
I'll
yeah,
go
but,
into a tangent. I have no idea where the fuck the story started.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Anyway, so I didn't expect you to volunteer to wear the shock collar. If that's the case, I will order one tomorrow.
I mean, for what? To what?
If you start going off on a tangent, I'll just shock you, and then you'll realize that.
I mean, Dave, I'm willing to do that, but if you shock me, I'm gonna like eventually get pissed off and just like punch you or kick you every time you shock me.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense because I play that buzzer all the time, and you hate that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We're going to have to find a resolve. This was an intervention on your storytelling, that's all.
No, I'm cool with it. But look, Dave, what I want and what I need from this intervention,
Yes.
I need
To tell a better story?
I need you to forge a path and for you to show me the light and the way of the storytelling.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Because Dave, I have no direction.
True. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
So I'm asking for you, not only to help me, not only to help you,
I'm here for you, bro.
but to help the audience.
I'm gonna do all I can for you.
We want to make a better Todd for society.
All right, bro. Look, have you ever heard of this? All right. I always thought, quote unquote, slipping someone a Mickey meant you dropped Visine into their drink. But it turns out it's actually referring to a psychoactive drug or incapacitating agent.
Right. So, well, I say right, but no. I mean, when I heard the term slipping somebody a Mickey,
Yeah, I thought it was Visine.
I never thought Visine. I just assumed it was like and I'm using air quotes like a roofie, right?
Right.
Like whatever the roofie of the day
Well,
was.
I heard that Visine was mainly glycerin, and glycerin kind of like loosened your bowels or made you warm down there, or both.
So
And
what I've heard
that's
about
what happened.
what I've heard about Visine, damn, Dave, I tell you, this could be a very good subject here.
Podcast topic.
Yeah. So what I've heard about Visine, okay, so slipping somebody a Mickey, I think a Mickey is a particular type of prescription drug.
Well, no, actually, it's named. I looked this shit up, bro. It's crazy. It's named after a bartender in like I don't even know the fuck. Let's say the 1800s or some shit. And
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and he used to like drug patrons or something.
Okay. All right.
And so it was named after that. But my point is, I thought it was just Visine. Turns out it's like you're dripping drugs into people's shit.
Yeah. But even to address the Visine thing, so what I've heard about Visine is that if you put Visine in somebody's cocktail, it'll basically give them like ridiculous diarrhea, right?
I would think that's what glycerin would do.
I don't
Like they have glycerin suppositories back in the day. So this is
I don't
like
know.
glycerin-based shit makes you loose down below. So maybe somebody thought, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I know that if you do the Visine, or I don't know, but I've heard if you do the Visine in somebody's drink, then they will have like ridiculous diarrhea. As far as like slipping somebody a Mickey,
So how does that work? So if you take a whole tube of Visine or whatever that is and like empty it out in somebody's drink, then they're gonna get the drippy shits?
from what I've heard, like if you do that, like within 10 minutes they're gonna be shitting on themselves.
What?
I don't know if it's true, but
Never heard. I never knew.
I mean, the only way to know is to fucking
I'm
try
not
it.
telling Reloaded 504ians to do that, but you heard it here first.
I mean,
Just saying.
red eye formula.
Yeah, right. It went from a brown eye to a red eye real quick.
But now, whether this is truthful, I don't know. I'm not a chemist.
Yeah. Wait,
mean, these are
you're
just-
not a chemist?
Well, I mean, I used to be.
Oh, okay.
I play one on TV from time to time.
Gotcha. Hey, you touched on this subject in a previous episode, and it came across like an inside joke because we didn't explain. So I'm gonna tell the story, the story of your Chihuahua's scar.
Yeah, please do, you fucking murderous
Yeah, that's
family
not
of
true.
Trehan.
So let me justify everything. So
Try to murder a
Todd
pet.
owns a fucking Chihuahua, which hey, man points by the way. So Todd owns a Chihuahua. He asked me to watch his Chihuahua while he was out of town. And long story short, the Chihuahua has a really big scar on its belly now.
That was not there before we dropped the Chihuahua off.
Yes, I think that was implied.
So we dropped off a scar for each Chihuahua, and then we came back with a fucking Chihuahua that was like, say hello to my little friend.
Okay. Is there any other way you would like to rephrase?
Scar belly.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so I will admit I did not like the dog. I am not fond of ankle biters, and
I thought you were a fucking animal lover, dude.
I am an animal lover.
So
but
you
those
just discriminate? You're like, oh, I like certain animals. I'll only like man animals.
Well, do you snug up to fucking crocodiles or alligators, bro? No.
The fuck? This is a goddamn domestic fucking Chihuahua.
It's a domestic Chihuahua that fucking yaps and yaps and
It doesn't
yaps.
yap. When did it yap?
It's a yappy fucker.
You might see it in a movie.
It's moody,
It might
bro.
yap in a movie, but in real life, the dog doesn't yap.
It's a moody motherfucker. Chihuahuas are moody. Everybody will agree.
Dave's
I'm
pissed off 'cause his dog
Reloaded
shit
504ians
directly
will
into his
agree
shoes.
that
Like
Chihuahuas are
big
moody.
old, like Chihuahua poo.
All right, so look, I didn't like the dog. The dog didn't like me. It probably read my vibes. I tried to hide them, but my bad, it didn't happen. It took to my wife, but it didn't like me.
So his wife tried to murk the dog.
No, it got along with my wife.
Oh yeah.
So this dog, while we're watching it, goes into my room, goes into my closet, finds a pair of my socks on the floor in the closet, and takes a shit on top of my fucking socks.
That's a good girl.
Yeah.
That's a good girl.
Yeah, you encourage that shit.
That big steamy poo on the socks.
How much belly that bitch got left for scars?
Oh, that's fucked up. So
all right.
you're admitting that you intentionally tried to murder the
No,
dog.
let me finish this story because
You were like, the dog
bullshitting.
shat on my socks,
you're
and now I
bullshitting.
feel so played right now. I'm not going to be able to swallow my pride.
Hey, bro, the dog William Shatnered on my footwear. Bro.
I'm gonna let a 4-pound Chihuahua affect my emotions.
No, I seen.
I'm gonna turn into fucking Odell Beckham in this bitch and turn into a fucking female.
All right, bro. So anyway, while under our care, my wife and myself's care,
Yeah.
while you were out of town,
We appreciate.
the dog is so in love with my wife that it creeps into the bathroom
Oh my
and
God.
goes into the garbage can
Oh
and
my God.
pulls out one of her used tampons.
Oh my God.
One of her used tampons and proceeds to eat the fucking
Oh
tampon.
my God, bro. This is too much for people.
Yeah, don't justify the actions of a creature that voluntarily eats a used tampon. There are no words for that.
Jesus, it's probably like
You
the
can't
ultimate treat. It's got so many nutrients.
Oh my God, just stop. Just stop.
Just think of all the fucking mercury and
no,
stuff.
please, just stop. It's disgusting.
Iron.
You just said you don't know if
Zinc.
Reloaded 504-ins can handle this.
Zinc.
Look, this is what happened. Okay?
Blood clots, man.
People, this is what happened. The dog creeps into the bathroom on its own volition and grabs a tampon and proceeds to eat it.
Lunch.
Now, put yourself like try to imagine the size of things. This is basically like you eating a 12-inch po' boy, but it's made out of cotton. And so as soon as it reaches any fluids in your body, it turns into, let's say, a 24-inch piece of cotton, plus it's twice as fat. So needless to say, the dog gets plugged up. Like, no pun intended. This is what happened.
Yeah, like her whole body, like not even
only
just like
that,
intestinally.
Todd,
Like I think it
Todd, check it out. There's some shit that we don't know about or deal with or just heard of. Toxic shock syndrome. Are you
Yeah.
familiar?
was yeah.
If a woman leaves a tampon in her body for too long, she will get toxic shock due to whatever remnants of chemicals that are in the cotton that's in her body.
What are you trying to say about the fucking dog?
I'm saying it was a double whammy.
Well, the dog lived.
Yeah, well, the dog has a really big scar, and it's not my fault.
It does. The scar is the size of
You
the
blame
dog.
me for that shit, it's not my fault.
I don't blame you. I'll blame you for my ankle. I don't blame you for my dog.
What?
Yeah, you broke my fucking ankle, you dick.
You rolled your ankle, bruh.
I don't know what the fuck I did to my ankle, but all I know is your hands were wrapped around it.
No, that's not true.
And you apologized. And I was like, why is this nigga apologizing?
Because I felt bad because you were like the scrawny dude that got hurt on the field. And I was
Scrawny
like,
dude
hey,
got hurt. See, I'm always...
my bad, little buddy.
I'm always a dude that's like wiping people's fucking blood off my shit.
Reloaded 504-ins on a side note. If you come to a house party at Dave's, you might get hurt. Like, I don't know. Watch yourself.
Yeah. Like, he might start twisting your ankles when he's on the ground after you kicked his ass.
I remember that night, as fucked up as we were.
I
and
remember it too.
You tried to tussle with me.
Tussle.
And that's what happened.
Tussle. I tried to... Hey, bro, how does that sound? I tried to tussle with you. I had to go to the fucking... I had to go to the clinic the next day with a fucking ankle injury. What does that say about Dave's tussling?
It says you're a
He's an
vagina.
ankle biting motherfucker.
Didn't you hear the intro? It says, "Stop being such a vagina."
Yeah.
Anyway, bro. We're all good friends. Me, you, and the Chihuahua. We're still good friends after all this. So.
Exactly. Like, there's been hospital stays
Yeah.
and, like, fucking emergency calls and all this.
All that stuff has been put behind us, and we're all
Water
friends till the end.
under the bridge.
Uh-huh.
Who cares if you try to murder me one day?
So, you and I both hate PC anything, right?
For the most part, yeah.
I say we just need to use technicalities to defeat PC. So, like, when I use the term gay, I say it means stupid because one of the definitions of gay is showing or characterized by cheerfulness and light-hearted excitement. Merry, like quote unquote. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I say, bam, I just removed the word gay from the PC zone and repoed that motherfucker. Because I think it's silly, right? Gay is silly. It just told you in the definition it's silly. So what do you say? Can we start removing things from the PC zone until we eventually diffuse the whole PC?
Definitely, dude.
Yeah.
Let's start with the word cunt.
Is that a PC thing?
Yeah, it's definitely not PC to say cunt.
Really?
Dude, if you say cunt, it's like everybody's worst word.
But they use that overseas all the time.
Fucking cunt.
Yeah. Like guys call guys cunts
Do they?
overseas, I think. If you watch Train Spotting.
Okay, that's like fucking 20 fucking years old.
Yeah, but it still exists, bro. Like fish and chips and the word cunt. That's what they're all about.
I
Like,
mean,
hey, you cunt, give me some fish and chips.
I mean, if that's the way that it works, I think that we should try to regulate words that sometimes I feel uncomfortable using that I shouldn't feel uncomfortable using.
Well, I just want to like take everything that's in the PC zone and take it out by de facto, like by like reasons through debates. You know what I'm saying? Like I just did with the word gay. And that way we retrieve everything out of the PC zone until nothing's in the PC zone. And then everybody's like, PC what?
It's easy to do that, Dave. I think the easiest way would be to take a word like gay and be like, Dave, you're gay. Be like, shut up, bro. Fuck out of here. You know I'm married. Fucking, I'm not gay.
No,
and then like
that's
some gay dude would be like, I find that very offensive. And then I'd be like, both of y'all shut the fuck up. I said gay.
That's when
G-H-E-Y, motherfuckers.
No, that's when you whip out my definition and you say, excuse me, gay guy. I'm using gay in the capacity that is, quote unquote, showing or characterized by cheerfulness and lighthearted excitement, merry. And I say lighthearted excitement is stupid, so that's where I'm coming from.
Yep, and then P.S. You're gay.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with orientation.
Go suck a dick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good way to finish that, sir.
But I mean, it doesn't have to always be like that.
No, it shouldn't have to be like that to begin with, but you gotta fight them off somehow, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop fucking bothering me with your PC bullshit.
Well, just stop saying gay in public.
No, I'm gonna say it because I wanna say it.
But then you're just being a dick.
No, but I'm not referring to sexual orientation.
Because you're talking about the happier times in your life.
Yeah, the silliness. Silly shit.
Oh, you silly, silly guy.
I don't care about anybody's sexual anything, bro.
I hear you, bruh. I mean, I'm the antagonist as well, bruh. I'm that dude, too.
What is, speaking of sexual orientation and shit, what is being secret lovers?
Secret lovers.
Keep it going.
That's what we are. Trying so hard to hide
the way we feel,
something,
but it's so damn real.
Yeah.
It's gangster as shit.
I like it.
Yeah.
Loose interpretation of the 80s.
Hey, bro, that was. I'm impressed at your singing skills, bro.
Hey, bro. I think we make quite a duo.
Anyway, all I was saying is, what do you think being secret lovers does for the relationship? Like, does it make the sex that much hotter? Does it make, like, the whole premise of the relationship, is it a mind fuck on top of the fuck?
100%. Mental masturbation all day.
You okay? You got allergies?
Yeah, no, I just sneezed on a, Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. What are you trying to break down the dynamics of cheating and why people cheat?
No, I'm like, I'm thinking about what does
the sex is.
What does being a cheater do for the relationship? Like, how, because obviously people are so excited when they're in the midst of doing this. Why are they so excited in the midst of doing this?
It's just new pussy.
No, it's not.
Or new dick.
No. It's got to be something more because they keep doing it after they get that new.
People do it to see if they can do it, and once they realize they can, they're like, wow.
And then what? It's still exciting because they keep doing it.
Yeah, like, check
So
it out.
what's the big deal? Like, what makes it so exciting to be cheating on somebody?
Oh, I don't know.
Because people go to great lengths to cheat on other people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you got to cover your tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pay for a hotel room.
Dude, I think that maybe like it's almost like a Hollywood thing, right? Like some people see it as like a like like you're like pulling something off, or like you're like setting up this elaborate scheme. I don't know, right? But I think because you're right, they're like if you're gonna do it right, there's a lot of shit that needs to be involved.
I get what you're saying in the beginning. In the beginning, it's like new. So you're like, oh, look at that strange. I'm feeling this strange. This is gravy. But after a while, they
you're like,
still
whoa,
keep doing
this is
it.
not worth it. Like, what the fuck am I compromising
Like,
here?
that's these people you see on Cheaters all the time. Like,
new
they've been
turns
doing it
into
for
the
a minute.
fucking not so new.
Exactly,
so why
but they're still fucking doing it. So why? What?
Human nature, dog. Comfortability. So that's why you just shouldn't do it to begin with.
Yeah, obviously, bro. I'm just saying, like, what makes it such a big attraction that they still keep doing it?
Probably just that. It's like an easy side fuck, and
I think
even though it's probably lame and it like you don't enjoy it, and there's more anxiety that comes with it. I don't know why people do it, bro.
I think it's a combination of things.
Because
Because check it out. Okay, let me take you back to your childhood when you were like maybe almost a teen, or you just became a teen, and you were getting away with some criminal mischief with your friends, right?
Yeah, sure.
You are so excited that you just got away with that shit, right?
I don't know if that was like what did it for me.
No? I was excited that I was able to like spray paint on a wall or fucking steal a car or fucking break into a place.
I'm sure I was. Like, I'm not trying to discount that emotion. I don't recall that being my main emotion, though.
No? I was excited because I got away with it. Like, you're not, while you're doing it, it's like hide and go seek when you're a small kid. Like, all your senses are fucking firing.
Yeah, no, I think
immeasurably, right?
I think I really think that I had a childhood to where like things like that, like pulling off capers, happened on such a regular basis. I figured that's the way it was going to be.
But you got to take yourself back to the first time.
I know, but I figured that's the way it was going to be for the rest of my life. And then when I became and then when I transitioned from childhood to adolescence and realized that there are consequences.
Yeah.
Like, it was all like new to me.
No shit.
Yeah.
I feel like when you go to do these things, it's kind of like hide and seek when you're a little kid. Your adrenaline's rushing.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're gonna get away with it or not. You don't know. It's new territory.
I never thought I was not gonna get away with it because I always did. I was so good as a kid at like being the best at kid shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
What do you think does it for these people that get busted on Cheaters all the time, bro? Because they obviously go into it thinking they're going to get away with it, and at one point they don't. But the point is this: they get that new, right?
Yeah.
And then they still keep going back.
Yeah.
And not severing ties with the old, right?
Of course
and
not.
eventually they get busted.
Mm-hmm.
But
and lose it all.
But the whole time that they're doing this, there's some sort of attraction, and I think it's not just the new. I think it's the appeal of getting away with something.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of driving towards. Like,
yeah.
Because when I was a kid, like when I got away with something, it was like a super fucking victory that I couldn't tell anybody else about, and I couldn't wait to go achieve that victory again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because as a kid, you don't have much in the way of power, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But as an adult, you could do whatever the hell you want.
No.
But you're brought back to that childhood feeling of getting away with something, criminal mischief type shit.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I agree. It's just that, like, Yeah, like as a kid, that was dope. But as an adult, I realized that that is insignificant, and it's really all about like what's gonna be better at the end of the day. So like I'm trying to win. I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Well, shit.
I'm trying to like be as absolutely selfish as possible without fucking myself.
Well, you're next up on that show Cheaters, bro. That's how people end up on there all the time, bro. I'm just...
But I don't. But I have too much respect for my friends and people that I care for that I can't do that to the people.
Well, if you happen to do that to the people and you happen to get busted by cheaters, please, from me, punch Joey Greco right in the fucking mouth. I can't stand that fucking dude.
Dude, I would be an ideal candidate. Well, not like an ideal candidate. I'd be an ideal candidate, a candidate to be on any of those shows where like you have an aggressive, like any like show where like there's like a dude that's like being aggressive.
Dude, nothing has to go like it should. Like this is your 15 minutes of fame. All right, not fame for yourself, but it's 15 minutes to do whatever the fuck you want on national television. So
leave your mark.
Punch the host, accuse your old girlfriend of stalking you and talk to your new girlfriend and be like, I dumped her 6 months ago. Joey Greco brought her out here and he's facilitating a stalker, and then punch him and then be like, that cameraman, I saw him in Walmart 2 weeks ago during the Black Friday sale, and he was pissed off because I got the last toy and he was telling me it was for his kid.
All
like,
that
just
shit.
Like
all
retardedness.
All that. Yeah, you got to, bro. That's the way you got to go out. I mean, yeah, Dave, it ain't never gonna get down to that. But if it does, yes, that's the way it's gonna get down.
Reloaded 504ins, make nonsense of that shit. If you ever tried, if anybody tries to pull your card and
Dave,
expose you,
bro.
fucking do it. Do it to the fullest.
Don't even
confuse
think
them.
that I'm
Confuse
fucking
them.
lying about this shit, dog. Let me tell you about what happened to me on vacation when I was out of country and they tried to flip the script on me. All you do is act retarded, dog.
Yeah.
And they start to be like, whoa, here's free this.
Yeah.
Here's, calm down.
Back up. Yep. Take a minute.
Calm down.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It works like fucking
They try to
clockwork.
comp you to shut the fuck up. But see, on
Dude, I made-
live television in front of cheaters, you can't do that. They don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. And they just bum rush you. And that's when you act like a motherfucking bum. Like, get as bummy, as gritty as fucking possible. And just be like, punch Joey Greco.
Yeah, go
just
viral.
do that
Go
for me.
a viral moment.
Yeah, that's it.
Become viral.
Yeah, you could start a rap career like
That's what
Bad
I tried
Baby.
to do. Like, literally, that's what I did. Like, so, like, I realized that, yeah, like, fucking just, like, rip your clothes off, you're wearing a diaper. Like, what
Joey
the fuck
Greco.
you gonna do now, bitch?
Catch me outside, Joey Greco.
No, but seriously, like, I ran, like, I literally waited until it was the most populated, and then I got in the middle of it, and then like yelled fire. Like
That's
I
how you do
literally
it.
made the most amount of fucking combustion that I could, and forced them to satiate me. I forced them to put me out.
Season the day, bro. That's what that's called.
That's what I did. Worked
fucking
like
love.
a fucking charm, dog.
We season days and podcast episodes. We appreciate y'all's love.
Yeah.
Sign off, Young Todd.
Wow.
We will see y'all next episode, right?
5 minutes.
Right? Right? Right.